Hello and welcome back. This is Fuzzy D Tutorials and my name is Dave. So you have a bunch of stuff on Google and you want to back it all up at once. Today's topic is how to do that from a central location using Takeout and download it to your computer. Things such as your YouTube channel, your email, calendar, G Suite, Google Photos, G Drive, etc. Literally everything you have that is on a Google server. If you find this content useful, hit that like button. If you want to see more Fuzzy D tutorials, please subscribe. If you want to know when new tutorials come out, please click that notification bell. Okay, let's get started. First, a little warning about a quirk of the Takeout download. When you click on the download links, it might seem like it didn't work. Just don't click on the file links more than once, or you'll have multiple copies downloading. I'll have more details about why multiple links are required in a bit. Also, make sure you know the maximum file size your hard drive file type format can handle. You will need to know this later in the process. Some older computers can't handle files larger than 2 gigabytes. For example, if your drive is formatted as MS-DOS FAT16 or FAT32. For larger files, you need to have NTFS or HPFS or macOS Extended or APFS. More on this later. The first thing you need to do is open your web browser and load up your Google account management page. You can do this a number of ways. One way to get there is type in the URL myaccount.google.com in your browser's URL field. So my account. Alright, so you need to select data and personalization from the menu on the left. Then you need to scroll down to the page until you get to things you create and do. Then you need to click on the View All icon over here on the right side of the box. And then right up near the top, you need to look for the line right here that says Need a Copy. And then you click on Download Your Data link. And that gets us into Google Takeout. So if you see this box here that's labeled Your Exports, if you've never been here before, you're not going to see this box. So don't worry if that's missing. Now if you want a shortcut method to get into Google Takeout, you can just type in takeout.google.com up here in your URL bar. Okay, so unless you've got an awful lot of stuff across many different Google things, you're probably going to want to hit deselect all and then go down, scroll down and select the things that you do want to save. So you may want to save your calendar stuff. If you run Chrome, you can save all your history and links and everything. And you can save your contacts. And you can save your drive information. So you can see all these different things that Google has that you can back up. Virtually everything that they host on one of their servers. Things like your Google Photos and your Play and movies and TV stuff and your Google Play Store, your home app settings, your Google Mail. Now I should mention that if you've got multiple accounts like I have, you need to make sure that you're logged into the right account. Now if you've gone in through your profile, then you're going to be logged into the right account. But if you type in the takeout.google.com to get in here directly, it might be picking up one of your other accounts. So you'll have to go up here and you got to wait till this little tooltip box gets out of the way so that you can actually click on your icon. I don't know why they have that coming up there and blocking your click, but so. And once we've checked all the boxes of the things that we want to save, Now you notice here you can also back up your entire YouTube channel as well as any YouTube music that you've purchased, and even your main YouTube gaming stuff. Once you've selected everything that you want to back up, you click on the next step button here. And now we've got a few little options that you can set here. One is your delivery method. Now normally you're just going to leave it on set download link via email, but you can add these backups to a Google Drive or your Dropbox or OneDrive, but I recommend just leaving it on a download link. And your frequency, you can generally just leave it set on the default of export once. But if you want to create backups every couple of months for the next year, you can do that as well. And you need to choose the file type. Now most people are just going to leave it on zip, but some people might be using Targa or tarzip, some people call it. It's an older standard. And you need to deal with the file size, because if you've got more than 50 gig, or more than whatever limit you're going to set on here, if you've got more than that in files, then it's going to split it up into multiple zip files. So let's talk a little bit about file sizes. If you have FAT16, you need to choose 1 gigabyte. FAT32 can handle 4 gigabytes, I think. Then there's HPFS. If you remember IBM's OS2, that's the file system they came up with when they came up with that. And I think it can handle 2 gigabytes. For larger sizes, you need to have your NTFS, APFS, or Mac extended, or Unix or Linux extended. Now to simplify that, if you have Windows 64-bit or Mac OS 10.11 plus, you can choose the largest size. Now if memory serves, Windows 7 Plus Professional version is usually 64-bit. But before Windows 10, if you don't have the Pro version, you should stick with the 4 gigabyte file size, unless you know for sure you have NTFS turned on. That said, my last Windows computer was Windows XP Pro, which came default set to NTFS. But Windows XP Standard defaulted to FAT32. I've been a Mac guy since 2011, so I'm not really up on what the new standards are. I do have an installation on VirtualBox on my Mac for Windows 7 Pro, but I haven't looked at it too much. So if you're unsure about what you've got, just leave it at the default of 2 gigabytes. It might make your life a little more difficult, but it's the safer alternative. So once you've chosen your size, in my case I go with 50 gigabyte to simplify things, then I'm going to click the Create Export button. Once you get to this point, you may not actually see anything here, and you'll need to wait for an email notification that your export is ready for download. So if you've got more than a couple of gigabytes worth of files, it's going to take a while. Give you an example, when I was doing this with a friend yesterday, we had about 111 gigabytes worth of files in total to back up. And it took about 30 or 40 minutes before we got the email notification that we could download. And then it took about 3 hours to download. So just to give you an idea of what that would normally look like, I'm just going to close this window here and we'll go into my email. Sorry, this is the one that you're going to get from Google Takeout. So you come down in your email and you click on the download your files icon. And if you've got two-factor authentication turned on, you're going to need to deal with that. So you click yes. And then you're going to have the app on your phone. So we're going to open the Google app here, which is going to look like that. And then you have to click on or tap yes. And then that'll let you in. And now we're back to the screen that we were just on a couple minutes ago. Now, you need to remember that when you click on download, only click on it once. If you've got really big files, it might look like nothing has happened. And I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, see here, I didn't even click on anything. So I think what's happening is if it's a single file, it will automatically start the download for you. But if you've got multiple files, then you need to click on them. Depending on what your settings are, you may get asked if you want to open the file in a program or whether you want to download it. Always choose download the file. If you have it open up automatically into your zip program or something, especially if it's a large file, you could wind up crashing your computer if you've got more file than you do active memory available on the computer. So just choose download. That's the safest way. Now I'm assuming that you know how to unzip your archive, so I'm not going to get into that. And I will leave a link to a basic transcript of this tutorial in PDF format in the description. If you have any questions, please drop a comment below. If you found this content useful, please hit that like button. If you want to see more Fuzzee tutorials, make sure to subscribe. If you want to know when new tutorials come out, please click that notification bell. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.